Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of January 26, 2025. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an Infantry Officer. Aerial and artillery strikes. The operation included extensive use of aviation, drones, missile forces, and artillery, which targeted Ukrainian military infrastructure and concentrated forces, reportedly achieving significant damage.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, your trusted source for the latest developments on security and defense operations involving military forces. I'm your host, and today we have an exclusive interview with Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, who will provide insights into the progress of the special military operation as of January 26, 2025. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's get right into it. Could you give us an overview of the progress of the special military operation as of January 26, 2025?
The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to advance across multiple fronts. Our forces have made significant gains, inflicting substantial losses on the Ukrainian armed forces across different operational sectors, including Kharkov, Donetsk, Zaporizhia, and Kherson regions.
Let's start with the Kharkov direction. What are the key developments there?
In the Kharkov region, our North Group of forces delivered a decisive blow to Ukrainian motorized infantry and airborne assault brigades near Volchansk. The enemy suffered losses of up to 40 personnel, 2 vehicles, a field artillery gun, and 3 electronic warfare stations. Additionally, we successfully destroyed an ammunition depot.
That's significant. Moving on to the Donetsk People's Republic, what updates can you provide?
Our West, Southern, and Center groups of forces have achieved considerable success. In the Western sector, we improved our tactical positions and inflicted heavy losses. Over 390 Ukrainian servicemen, 2 armored combat vehicles, and 5 NATO-supplied field artillery guns were neutralized. In the Southern sector, we secured advantageous positions and defeated multiple mechanized and airmobile brigades, resulting in the destruction of 2 ammunition depots and the loss of around 200 enemy personnel.
You mentioned the Center group of forces. Have there been any major developments in their area of operations?
Yes, the Center Group successfully liberated the settlement of Zelenoy and inflicted significant damage on Ukrainian forces in several surrounding settlements. Enemy losses in this region include up to 650 personnel, 4 armored combat vehicles, and 8 cars, among other assets.
What about operations in the eastern sector?
The East Group of forces is advancing deeper into enemy defenses. We have engaged Ukrainian mechanized, tank, and marine brigades, inflicting casualties of up to 150 personnel and destroying a tank, a combat armored vehicle, and 4 field artillery pieces, one of which was NATO-made.
Shifting our focus to the DNEPR group of forces, what's the latest there?
The Dnipro Group inflicted losses on Ukrainian mechanized and territorial defense brigades in the Zaporizhia and Kherson regions. We eliminated 40 enemy personnel and 7 vehicles in the process.
Beyond ground operations, how are other military assets contributing to the effort?
Our operational tactical aviation, strike drones, missile forces, and artillery have targeted Ukrainian energy infrastructure supporting their military-industrial complex and airfields. These strikes have effectively disrupted their logistics and operational capabilities across 153 locations.
Impressive efforts. What about air defense operations?
Our air defense systems continue to perform exceptionally well. In the past 24 hours alone, we intercepted 3 U.S.-made HIMARS rockets and 68 unmanned aerial vehicles.
Finally, let's discuss the Kursk region. What's the situation there?
The Kursk region remains a critical front. Our North Group of forces has decisively repelled enemy advances, inflicting losses of over 180 personnel, a Bradley infantry fighting vehicle, and multiple armored vehicles. Since the beginning of operations in this direction, we have eliminated over 55,000 enemy troops and significant quantities of military equipment.
Those are staggering numbers. Colonel, before we wrap up, what message would you like to convey to our listeners?
Our operations are progressing as planned, with strategic gains being made daily. We remain committed to achieving our objectives and ensuring the security of our forces and citizens.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. According to the Lebanese Health Ministry, Israeli soldiers have killed 15 people and injured over 80 in southern Lebanon, as the Israeli military continues to occupy parts of the country following the lapse of a deadline for the IDF withdrawal. On Sunday morning, thousands of residents returned to towns and villages along the border, despite warnings from the Lebanese and Israeli armies, as well as the UN, that the region remains unsafe.